I've taken him for a walk through the town. I've got him down to Circular Quay because he needed some grass. Telegraph photographers following me. 4 cops have surrounded me basically and said, he said, look, you've bunched a whole bunch of rules here. And I said, what? Right? And he said, I don't know, but I'm going to find one, right?
In 1793, Governor Macquarie said, goats shall not walk.
Yeah, well, they would have had to go back. So, first of all, he's going through his law book, and first of all, he's going, he's out of control. I go, no, he's fully under control. I went up there, and they said, you've got to put a leash on him. And I said, no, you've got to put a leash on dogs, not a goat, right? And then I put the leash on him, and then I let go of the leash. And he said, you've got to hold on to the leash. I said, you've said I've just got to put the leash on him.
That's wrong, man. You've been a smart aleck.
Yeah. So he's basically, it's escalating, right? And meanwhile, kids are patting him and people taking photos of him and going, look,
Japanese are out in full.
Like I'm promoting Sydney. He's on Facebook already, right? And he's getting more in a big huff, right? And eventually he's going, look, I can't find anything, right? But
it's not
but I will, and I'll mail you the fine, right? And then I just said, look, righto. And I'm thinking, mate, there's a Telegraph photographer near me. I said, mate, you're the best thing that's happened to my career in 20 years, right? I said, I said something about publicity, and the other cops just said, look, we get worse publicity than this. And I said, I'm not thinking about you, mate. I'm thinking about me. You're a gift from the gods. So then he said you can go, but Gary doesn't follow me on the lead. He just follows me. He doesn't have, I wouldn't like a lead around me either, right? And he goes, you've got to hold the lead. So I picked him up and put him on my shoulder. And he said, you can't do that.
Why?
I said, you'll create a scene. I said, well, look, can you give me a lift across the bridge?
In the cop car?
Yeah. Which was great because I wanted that photograph of me getting in. Yeah, I went, I told the photographer, here's your money shot. Here's the shot of me getting in the back of the cab with a paddy wagon with a goat, right? So the cops rung up, and he's rung up his authorities going, can I give this guy a lift with his cab? And he's going, and he's got off the phone, and he's going, I feel like I'm on candid camera. He said, I feel like I'm on candid camera. And I said, mate, this might be funny for you, but I'm going to get a fine out of this, and I've got to come up with some money to pay for it. I don't think you should be so flippant about a serious issue, right? He's freaking out, right? Not freaking out. And then I said to him...
He's stressing.
Well, I said to him, just out of interest, mate, there's 4 cops. Are you always the bad cop? You know, good cop, bad cop. And he said, that's when he went, no, I'm normally the good cop, right? He said, I'm normally the good cop. And I said, all right, so you're normally the good cop, but you thought you'd practice... No, you thought you'd practice your bad cop routine on a soft target like a guy with a goat, right? I said, what happens when you meet a real criminal, especially a scary one? Do you go back to being the good cop and then hide behind these guys while they do all the hard work, right? And so he's getting, it was getting slightly personal.
So imagine when he went home that night, oh, have I had a day.
Yeah, but then we've got in the paper the next day, which is great, right? And then... he's given me this fine, which is, so the fine's probably, I'm taking it to court.
What's the fine for?
The fine was unlawful destruction of vegetation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I thought this is going to be so easy to defend. 1, it wasn't me, it was my goat. And 2, he was eating grass next to a guy who was mowing the lawn. Right, eating a few leaves off the bushes.
So he was determined for you not to beat him?
He was determined to help my career. Right.
Yeah, unknowingly or grudgingly.
Yeah, it was like, I feel like giving the guy a cuddle.
You should get this on the internet. What do they call it? YouTube.
Yeah, well, it probably will be with this little video. So I'm going to court on December for unlawful destruction of vegetation. So Gary and I are going to get out of the cab wearing a suit and tie together.
That's
right?
sad.
But that will be, hopefully we'll get off it, and
How many people are getting shot every day in Sydney lately?
Yeah.
How many car crashes every day on the M whatever?
Yeah.
And they're worried about a goat eating the grass clippings.
Yeah, so, that's the deal.
Aren't we meant to be into recycling and all those sort of things?
Well, it was basically, it's an ego issue.
Of course it is.
But like you say, some energy you just got to work with. And like, I just know that it's a perfect storm.
Oh, that's wonderful.